We have a huge problem with ads being in our face 24/7. You see, the other day I turned on Netflix so I could watch the hit show Home Improvement from 1991, which spanned 8 fantastic seasons. Now, the thing with my Netflix is that I have the one with ads. And why do I have the ad-based Netflix, you might ask? Well, because I like having random interruptions during my viewing experiences. It's a nice little surprise throughout the show. Or it's because I'm financially conscious and I don't think spending $20 a month is worth it. And I'm not the only one on this boat because per Netflix's data, there's around 70 million other ad-riddled user accounts, with around 50% of all new users choosing to have an ad-based account. Which means that either there's 70 other million people that are financially conscious like me, or there's 70 other million people that just love wasting their time. Now, having ads like this on Netflix is nothing new. However, the other day when I was watching Tim the Toolman Taylor, I had to pause it for a moment so that I could go do something. And as I paused it, the screen transformed from Tim the Toolman Taylor presenting whatever it was he was presenting on the show to a giant PNG of women's perfume.
Home improvement! Home improvement! Home improvement!
Oh, I gotta go get something to eat.
What the heck is this, dude? I don't want no Valentino perfume.
And that gigantic PNG of women's perfume just stayed on the screen until I unpaused the show. And this type of ad was new, or at least to me, because before it used to be just in between the shows, they would cut to commercial break like it was previous on television. But now, even when I pause the show, they're gonna put up a giant billboard ad on my screen every single time. And you know, that just really irks me and made me realize that we have a problem with advertisements being in our face 24/7, and it is wasting our time.
You see, over the years, advertisements that we see day to day have gotten out of hand. Back in the day, which is the 90s and early 2000s, for me, of course, there were still advertisements. The thing is, though, there were places that you knew where you would see them at. And you could make it so that those commercials and advertisements wouldn't waste your time. I mean, there was only a handful of places that ads would be shown. Of course, the big one was television, where they would play commercial breaks. And then, of course, you had the radio, where in between the music, they would play ads. Then there was newspapers and magazines, and these were all just more of the traditional places that you would see ads. But then, of course, you had more obscure ones. Like if you went to a sporting event, every time you looked at any fencing, there was just a huge ad. You would be driving out in the middle of goddamn God's country, absolute nowhere, and you would see a 100-foot billboard out there of just a huge advertisement, usually for lawyers who give you a lot of money for your injuries. And an obscure one from that era that people didn't realize was an ad, but was 100% an ad, was product placement. You see, you'd watch a movie or a television show and the character or actor would drink a drink in such a way that they would turn the logo to the screen so that you knew they were drinking a Coke, which wasn't an ad back then to us, but now in today's era, we realize it's 100% an ad. So ads are nothing new to me, but I can see how ads now compared to then, I guess you could say, have evolved, and they've evolved in the worst possible way. Because back then, I could easily avert my eyes from seeing any ads. Like when commercial breaks came on Disney when I was watching Darkwing Duck, all I did was think to myself, oh, you know what? Now's a good time to get up and make myself some sweet chocolate milk. I'm not gonna watch no stupid commercials. Oh, music's done. Now time for some ads. Well, I guess it's time to also go to the next radio station. Oh, that one has ads too? I guess it's time to go to the next radio station. And I continue doing this so I wouldn't have to listen to ads, which sometimes that meant going through all the stations and getting back to the one I started on and it no longer had ads. Or how back in the day I would read a newspaper or a magazine and there was ads in them. How could I not look at those ads? Well, it's easy. You just don't look at them. It's literally that easy.
But here in 2025, it is becoming increasingly harder to not see or hear ads every single day. I believe the current estimate is that on average, a person will be exposed to anywhere from 4,000 to 10,000 ads a day. Yes, not a year, not a month, not even a week. In one day. So that means that every morning when you wake up, you can expect there to be 4,000 to 10,000 different things that are just going to be wasting your time. You see, as technology has evolved, so have the ways that people advertise to us. An easy example of this is social media platforms. Back when Instagram was first created in 2010, it was a social media platform only used to share photos of what you were doing in your life. Like this is a photo on Instagram from back then of me and my friends playing Monopoly on the Super Nintendo. Like, come on, that's sick. Why would I not share that with people? Or as a place to share photos of you to your friends of how cool you looked in the mirror. And that's pretty much all you would see, just what your friends are up to or how your friend looks on any particular day. And being on the platform and seeing all my friends do this was great from my point of view. But from Instagram's point of view, I can see how they saw it as not that great. Because Instagram is a company. And if there's one thing that we all know about companies is that they need money. And I don't think them paying their employees with pictures of trees and flowers was going to be sustainable for very long. So as the company Instagram, what is the easiest way for them to get money? Well, you guessed it. Have people pay to advertise on the platform. So in 2013, Instagram introduced its first ads to their users, which was fine and it was okay. I mean, that was back in 2013. There wasn't many people doing it, so it wasn't really, all over the platform. But I can promise you, since that faithful day in 2013, the amount of ads that you see on Instagram has gotten so bad. If I just go based off of my Instagram feed, currently for every 2 posts I see, I will see 1 sponsored ad. So that means that I am being forced to see a sponsored ad on Instagram for around 30 to 40% of the time that I'm on there. And I know you're thinking right now and saying to yourself, well, that's not that bad, Logan. I mean, it's not that great, but it's not that bad. And you would be so wrong. Because remember when I said that companies want money? Well, the funny thing is, with people themselves, they want money too. And how do they get money on Instagram? Well, you guessed it, by creating ads. You see, the content you see now on Instagram from any of the people that you follow is essentially just an ad. Typically, the ones that you will always see is ads of the person trying to sell their product, whatever it may be. Sometimes it's a clothing line that they will just take pictures of them in, standing in the middle of the street looking super cool, which is a post of them just trying to sell you how cool it would be to buy their clothing. or it's sometimes just them sitting there talking about how they made $100,000 this month, and you can too, as long as you just buy their course. What are you doing? Why are you waiting to buy the course? Just buy it. You can make $100,000 right now. And all of these things, even though they aren't sponsored ads, they are still advertisements. Because yes, even though these people aren't companies that are making quote unquote sponsored ads so that they could target individuals to get their money, they are still creating a post that will allow them to show their followers how cool something is or how they should want something so that they will want to buy that thing. And you see it everywhere on Instagram, not with just ads for selling products or courses, but there's also ads in the sense of when people make review channels, like reviewing a restaurant or reviewing a product. You see, they get paid to go to these restaurants or they get paid to review these products. Now, of course, that's not all the time, but regardless, it is still a decent amount of time to say that majority of those posts of reviews are just ads as well, even though they don't come off as ads. Do you see what I'm getting at here? Do you see? Do you understand? Do you see what I'm saying? Everything, literally everything you see is an ad. Okay, maybe not every post, like 100% of them, but I would say for 90% of the posts that I see, they are literally just ads in some way, shape, or form. And go ahead, argue with me. Tell me that I'm lying. But that just makes me believe that you are very susceptible to ads. So if that's the case, hold on 1 second and listen to this. Are you looking to make a lot of money this year? Well, if you are, then what you need to do is you need to be joining my course, because this year alone, I can make you over $500,000 a day. How? How could I do it? Well, you'll have to find out on my course. I don't tell you right now, but listen, if you get my course, I promise eventually you could possibly be making $500,000 a day, because I do it every day. Every single day, I make $500,000. And you're not, because you suck at life. So you should buy my course. Anyways, yeah, the majority of posts are ads. And the more and more that you scroll through Instagram, the more and more you're succumb to more and more ads. Whether they are actually sponsored ones or just somebody that you know or you like to follow who is just trying to sell you something from their own personal post. And I'm just using Instagram as a prime example here, but it doesn't stop there. If you're watching YouTube videos, there's going to be ads. Listening to a podcast, well, surprise, surprise, here comes an ad break. Obviously, with streaming sites like Netflix, Amazon, HBO Max, if you don't pay the premium price, then you're gonna be seeing a ton of ads. The other day, I got in an Uber, and guess what? I sat down and there was just a screen facing me that said, "Wanna play some games?" And I said, "Yeah, sure, why not?" Well, joke's on me, because for every 1 minute of gameplay, I had to see 30 minutes of ads. And the kicker is, if I said no to playing the games, then it just plays ads my entire ride, no matter what. So it's a lose-lose situation. A cool thing that they've done with watching sports now is that sometimes they will just minimize the sport that you're watching on the screen, and then the entire border around that sport is just an ad. Red Zone, which is a football channel notorious for never having ads. I mean, their slogan is literally, "And now for 7 hours, commercial-free football." And then last year, you guessed it, they added ads and commercials. Jeep, the car brand, is now adding pop-up ads into their car. So the days of me being able to escape from seeing or hearing ads is now becoming increasingly impossible, because nowadays everything either has ads or everything is an ad. Every company is trying to make money, so they are either creating ads to display to their consumers or creating ways for other people to pay them money so that they can display their ads to their consumers. And every person wants to make money, so they are either creating their own ads to sell their products to their friends and family and followers, or they're getting paid by companies so that they can make ads for those companies to again display to their friends, family, and followers. So I would surmise that throughout your day, the amount of times that you see ads in your face, whether they be direct sponsored ads or indirect ads just made by people, it would probably be roughly 50% of the time you are awake. And you're gonna say, hey, hold on, Logan, 50% of my day is me looking at ads? That seems a little extreme. Well, let me just clue you in on a little secret. Logos, those are ads. Anything that you see with a logo on it is an ad, because companies want their logos displayed so other people will see them. This entire video, you have seen me wear a Diamondbacks hat. So maybe in the future, because of this super sick hat that you're seeing right now, you will go to a Diamondbacks game. And the crazy thing is, I'm not even a Diamondbacks fan, so I've spoofed all of you. I'm not even getting paid to wear this hat. I'm a Tampa Bay Rays fan. This is crazy. You see ads all the time, and you don't even realize you are. So I'm asking from the bottom of my heart, please, can we just stop all of the advertisements here? All the advertisements that we have right now, wherever they're at, those are fine. But just no more, nowhere else. Please, we don't need ads anywhere else. Because if we don't stop ads right here, right now, then I promise you, in the future, they will be anywhere and everywhere. Places that have monitors, that have speakers, just anywhere. Oh, you wanna check in on your baby on the baby monitor? Well, hold on. You gotta check out this sweet pop-up ad first. Oh, you like falling asleep with a sound machine? Well, that's great, because periodically through the night, you'll be able to sleep with the sounds of some ads. Oh, you bought a computer, but you didn't splurge on the ad-free one? Well, that's okay. You're just gonna have to be fine now with your screensaver being an ad for McDonald's every single day. So trust me, this advertisement society that we currently live in is bad, but it can also get much worse. So we need to do something about it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that episode. If you could, like and subscribe, that would be great. And until the next time, I'll catch you later.